And here he is. It's a HOMELITE 1800 running watts portable generator. So just a little guy. Well, what I was trying to demonstrate there is it's running best at half choke, and so that's telling me the fuel flow through that carburetor is not really adequate, even though we cleaned it pretty thoroughly. All right, welcome back. It's the next day. We slept on the problem and spent a little time thinking and poking around online. So just to review, we had no spark until we realized that the on-off switch was flipped the wrong way. So what we thought was on was actually off, and what we thought was off was actually on. That probably explains why this thing got put into the shed and was sitting for several years without use. That problem will drive you crazy, and it was really by accident that I discovered that. So that was fortunate. And then we did a thorough carburetor cleaning. We did get it running, but not running quite well enough, and it would only run properly to my ear at about half choke. So it's not getting quite enough fuel. I was poking around online, and I did find one aftermarket replacement carburetor for this, but not many options, and it was $60 plus $10 shipping. This is on eBay, then tax, so you're talking $75 to replace that carburetor, and I'm not sure I'm ready to pull the trigger on that yet. But I thought that I would try something before going that route. Incidentally, that replacement carburetor is just a 30-minute drive from here. I'd probably have it shipped anyway, but it's close by. The pilot jet at the base of that carburetor is so tiny. And I was thinking about, I've done this before, but I've never done it on one of the videos that I've done. What about the possibility of just opening up that pilot jet ever so slightly with some micro drill bits? You've probably heard about this technique. Sometimes Honda engines won't stop surging. You can open up the pilot jet a little bit. I might give that a try so it can get a little bit more fuel. And then if that doesn't work, maybe we can go the aftermarket carburetor route, but that's 75 bucks. So you want to give it a try? All right, let's try it. All right, so I'm not taking the carburetor off completely. I dropped the bowl, and that's really all I need to do, because lift up on the float here, and you can see this tiny little jet that just screws in. And we can get it out this way. That guy right there. And I'm telling you, that's a tiny hole. And I'm going to try to open it up a little bit more. All right. This jet is so small, you might easily lose that. And the jet itself is so small, the hole going through it is quite small also. And that's what I want to try to open up with these micro drill bits. And they're not that easy to work with because they're just so small. And you got fat fingers. So let me see about finding a size. I'll start by finding the size that goes through there, and then find one just a little bit bigger. Okay, so this drill bit here is 0.65 I guess, millimeters, 0.65, and it goes through the jet. So the next size up is 0.7 millimeters, and it does not go through the jet. So I'm going to try to open it up just that much and see if I can get it to come go through there and just open it up that way. So I'm trying to just hold the drill bit between my fingers, but I think it's spinning on me. I might have to try to use this holder. So anyway, interest story. Do you see that bruise under my thumbnail at the base? Yeah. Well, you know how that happened? I'll tell you. I was giving us a morsel of food to the dog. Probably shouldn't have been doing that, but I was giving her a scrap of food off my dinner plate. And we have Dalmatians. We have 3 of them. And my favorite's the littlest one, named Willow. She is my favorite, so I was giving her a scrap. But because the others were also nearby, the competition level was so high that Willow went after that scrap of morsel of food with such aggression that she came down right there with one of those incisor teeth right there at the base of my nail. And boy, that hurt like the dickens. I really yelled at her. And yeah, that thing hurt. And I got a little bruise under my nail. But I love her so much. She's so precious. I couldn't stay mad at her for long. All right, let me work on this, and we're going to try to get the 0.7 millimeter drill bit through that jet. Okay, that wasn't very hard. Put the drill bit in this holder, and then it's much easier. Went right through. I wonder if I've taken it out, if that's big enough. Probably dangerous to go too big. But it's through now. So we've opened it up just a little bit, and then we're going to put it back together and try it again. I mean, that's just a small hole. All right, I'll spray it out, make sure there's no shards or anything in there. We'll clean it out, put it back in, and I'll meet you for the big test once again. Okay, time to try this again. Fuel valve on. Switch on, choke, where's my choke? Choke on for a cold start, and I think we're ready to give it a shot. Alright, it's been running pretty good for about 10 minutes or so, and choke plate wide open, so I feel like we fixed that issue by opening up that pilot jet a little bit. Happy about that. It's always a little bit risky, but I think it worked out okay, and like I said, been 10 minutes or so running perfectly. We put it under load. This is a 1500 watt heat gun, and that almost maxes out the capacity at 1800, so almost a full load, and it handled it pretty good. And not sure if you could see, but we measured with it under load running, it was about 105 volts, so it's not bad. I'm not really a generator guy, I'm more of a small engine guy. So I think we did as good a job as we can do with this. It starts on their first pull. It ran reliably for 10 minutes or so, so I think I'm ready to give it back to its owner. And yeah, it was a little gamble with opening up that pilot jet, but I think it paid off because it's running much better today than it did yesterday. All right, so that's it, my friends. Your comments, questions are always appreciated in the discussion below if you have any. Please like, subscribe, comment. Those things help me out a whole lot on YouTube. I appreciate that. And this was kind of a fun project. They always are, right? And hope you enjoy your projects. Have a great day today, and I'll look forward to seeing you all on our next video. And remember, only you can put the do in the do-it-yourself. Bye.